the president, in his capacity as the ANC president, is supposed to be at Luthuli House, the ANC offices, to do party work. But that had to wait as he prioritized addressing lawmakers from across Africa at the Pan-African Parliament. Ramaphosa wasted no time tackling the continent's biggest challenges.
We gather at a moment when events beyond our shores are having a profound and damaging impact on the lives of the people of our continent. The wars that are raging across the world are causing great instability and uncertainty. Our continent is also not spared the effects of conflict and instability, greater global economic turbulence is caused by all these conflicts and the increasing geopolitical tension that is occurring across the world.
The effects of a changing climate impacting many continents.
Nor is our continent spared the devastating impact of accelerating climate change. In recent days, we have seen destructive fires raging across our sister countries of Africa, in Algeria, in Morocco, and Tunisia, resulting in the loss of many lives. We convey to these governments and the peoples of those affected countries our deepest sympathies for the loss of life, livelihoods, and properties.
The president also defended South Africa's Pan-African credentials, insisting that Pretoria's commitment to the continent is beyond question.
In 2002, we were honored to host the inaugural Summit of the African Union here in South Africa, in the KwaZulu-Natal province in Durban. South Africa is a founding member of the African Peer Review Mechanism and was one of the co-architects of the new Partnership for Africa's Development, NEPAD. Through our African Renaissance and International Cooperation Fund, South Africa continues to finance democracy support, mediation, humanitarian assistance, reconstruction, and capacity building across our beloved African continent. It is during times of need, at moments of crisis, that African unity is at its most potent.
And a challenge to the Pan-African Parliament members to find common solutions to the growing challenge of migration.
Today, many parts of our continent are confronted by the challenge of migration in our own countries and out of our continent to other continents. Here in South Africa, as has been the experience of other countries, we have witnessed outbreaks of anti-migrant sentiment and incidents of intimidation and violence directed at foreign nationals, and incidents that have been quite sad and abhorrent, where people have been injured and some people have died and lost their lives, which we as South Africa deeply, deeply regret and mourn. This is fueled in part by misinformation and prejudice, but it draws on a genuine concern among some South Africans about the social and economic burden that is brought upon them by illegal migration. As the South African government, I want to make it clear, we have taken a firm stance against any form of intimidation, vigilantism, or violence directed at people from other countries or other nations.
His frank remarks on migration were welcomed by the Pan-African Parliament leaders.
To address the elephant in the room, some of the issues that have been happening with some nationals from across the continent in South Africa. I think the president laid a very good context in terms of the historical account of the support that the rest of the continent gave South Africa while you were trying to get your liberation from the apartheid struggle, and subsequently the commitments of South Africa towards the principles of the AU and of course the framework that we have. It was a good speech, and I think it encouraged members within the PAP who can now speak to their various houses of legislature to mention the commitment of South Africa to address the issues of vigilantism and other forms of crime against other members of the continent who may be here in some form or the other. And indeed, the issue of migration is one that we all have to address.
Sophie, Mokoena, SABC News, Johannesburg.